Hello. Hopefully this is already working. Yes. Give me just a second to get the link. I'll be as fast as I can be. It isn't yet showing that I'm streaming here in my YouTube studio. Let me just... Okay, this is strange. Why is the link not working? Okay, I think I can go to YouTube itself and it will show me my own live stream. If I go to my channel, it should be up there. Yeah. Copy link address. Throw that into Discord. Yeah. There we are. So, today I'm going to do another round of atmospheric sound design. Let me just get my OBS up here and my stream, and then we'll get started. The goal is to make another 10-15 samples in C, I think. So, in here we got to 31. So we're aiming around another 10-15 samples in here to get to like 40 something. Maybe like 45 or something like that, around that area. So that's what we're doing today, and if there's time left, I'll do other stuff. I might produce some more. I might work on that track that we started last time with the loops, which we turned into songs. There's a lot of things that I can do. But for now, I just want to kind of get started on some atmospheres, and we'll see where everything goes. So I'm going to make a track here. And what I want to do is I want to experiment once more with VCV rack and seeing if we can do that resampling trick where we resample a few notes of VCV rack into a drum rack and then play them at different speeds to kind of have them overlap and turn into this very big lush pad. So to do that, we first need to set up VCV rack itself. And I want to try something cool here. Instead of triggering it from inside and setting up any MIDI inside, what we're going to do is just quickly remove that. We'll remove this. Here we have the audio output, which is perfect. But I want to write down a couple of notes. And we'll just start from C1, I guess. And I'm just gonna go... Let's make it a minor chord, by the way. And then this needs to go there. Something like this, and we'll go up 1 octave. That might be a bit too high, but we can change that later on. And I'm going to trigger these randomly, so we already have a little bit of a random sample going into it, which I think is really cool. And then we can just use the notes input voltage over octave, volts per octave, I'm sorry, to trigger the pitch. There we are. So if I go and get myself an oscillator, I'll play a little bit with sequencer. This one seems interesting. Let's try some stuff there. More CV. I'm kind of just looking for what this is doing. I want to add a quick filter like this. Perfect. I think, yeah. We'll get an ADSR going, which we can go to the frequency, and then we'll set a low attack, maybe a low sustain like this, and a nice long release, and we'll gate that from here. I hope everybody's finding it. Let me just, because I'm not seeing a lot of people today. Maybe it's just a little less busy, I guess. We'll keep all of the modulation down here, and I want a VCA. Look at from down here. Gate is gonna go there. I'm also gonna set up the velocity per octave. Okay, so this has a level input. Even where do you set the octave? Ah, here for. There we are. Get a nice big number of voices. We'll play around with these a little bit without any tuning, and we'll just keep them in the middle. Something like that. I can set octaves. That's pretty cool. So now we can go to the output, basically, from here. If we take the mix out from these, and we can try to play it, and maybe this is going to be loud, maybe not. I'm hoping people can get my stream as a notification. I'm a little bit worried, so I'm just gonna check. Okay, yeah. Strange. Just not seeing a lot of traffic here. Okay, yeah. Well then, let's just listen to this. Why is this not getting any input? I'm not getting any output here. PCV rack is not doing anything. Okay, so that's a bit loud for me. I don't know if that's loud for the stream. It looks a little bit loud for the stream as well, so I'm just gonna turn that down slightly. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Oh wow. Where is the saw one that we had before? That's pretty cool. Let's get a let's get this one, I guess. Does this have a external? Ah, nice. Okay, that's perfect. We can set this to the modulation voice and then set up. That's pretty nice. I don't want to go too far into let's get I think we can do another trick. You set this to here and then use this as a clock. Let's see if we can reliably choose different engines like this. It's mainly bouncing around those ones there. This can be a bit more maybe. Okay, that last one is a little bit strange. We can take this and then add some slight morph to it, maybe. In certain ones. A bit too much still, I think. I want the second one as well, maybe here. Yeah, that's giving it too much. Let's just give a little bit. Yeah. Nice. This is pretty cool already. I do really like the kind of sound that we have here. I think it's cool to add some effects to it maybe. So we're definitely going to filter this. Now remember, the reverb and the delay is after this. It's on here. Our ambience rack is giving the reverb and the delay. So this is just going to affect before it, which means if we cut out the high end like this and then bring it back, it's going to hopefully ring in here a little bit longer. And if not, we're going to add another long delay ourselves maybe, which we can give quite amount of feedback to, and then we'll go for dotted like that and just a little bit of tri-wet, something like this. And oh yeah, up the frequency like that. Sounds pretty cool. The only thing I have to check if it's too long in feedback here, so we'll maybe temper it down a little bit. That's pretty good. I like that. Let's record that. It's a little bit of a longer one, but I really like this sound overall. It might be cool to play a little bit with the reverb wet while doing this, just have it go down and up like that. Let's maybe automate that in. We'll go for like this all the way up, and then thinking of bolting it a little bit like that, and we'll just go towards the end here. Pedro, how are you doing? Welcome. Nice to see some people show up and then actually be here and stay for a while. That sounds really good. I really like this patch here. I think this one came out pretty well. I'll quickly delete this automation here because I don't want to be confused by it later on in the project. But yeah, let's just do final listen. I consolidated this, so this is now normalized. Hey Dash, how are you doing? You're definitely going to like this, what I did here with VCV Rack. I might make a couple of them out of this actually, because then we can maybe make a darker one as well. Let's save this one first. This is going to be number 32, I think. To see. Just here for a short inspo, and then I'm gonna dive back into this project. Nice. Yeah, I'll give you some inspiration with what we're doing here. I'm a little bit tired, but overall feeling very well. So this is just sending eighth notes into VCV Rack, and what I'm doing is sending in random notes of this MIDI patch, which is pretty long, as you can see, goes from C2 up until C6, I think, or just under C6. So high notes and stuff like that. And then I found this cool generator, or this cool oscillator, sorry. And we're modulating a few different things. One of them is this tonal selection thing, which basically is the synth engine for this thing, because this has a lot of different synth engines. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, 8 tonal ones and 8 percussive ones. And it's basically a very simple patch, and it's just like detuned and many voices and a little bit of spread. And then that just goes through. It doesn't even go through this filter. It actually just goes straight through the VCA and then out to the output. Oh yeah, and we're selecting the sequence every 8 steps. For every 8 notes, we're getting a different tonal engine. And then this is just setting up some modulation on this saw wave here. I can send you this, I think, if I save this. Yeah. Cool synth thing. I don't really know what kind of name to give it. But for some inspiration, I'll send that to you. Sounds like this, with the delay on it here, the filter on it, and then my ambience rack for the ambience. I think this is some mutable instruments played with more modulation control. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not into what exactly it is. It looks cool because it's like all digital and stuff. right? So you can really see what's going on. And make some cool sounds. So I want to FM performance, some percussive stuff. Yes, there's a lot of stuff in here. I haven't looked through them all exactly, but I can. Yeah, there's wave shaping, FM, granular formant, harmonic oscillator, wavetable oscillator, chords, files of speech, and then the classic one. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff in there. I haven't looked at the individual things yet. I just have them kind of randomly triggered, and that gives me great results. I want to make a low octave one as well, just a little bit darker. Maybe we can do some more to the patch to make it sound a bit better. I do want to hook up this filter maybe. Let's give that some more sustain. Short decay and long release, I think. Have like that. And then obviously this goes in the input. No, not that one, this one. Let's see. Speech is your most used mode. We can maybe bypass the... Although I do like the kind of randomness that this gives. It is breaking my PC, by the way. I don't think I wanted to a set mode because I like how it kind of zooms around between different kind of styles. It might be cool to set the amount of steps on these lower so that they are a little bit more, they're not like in beat, right? Because before we had it that it changed engine every beat, and with the delay you don't really notice, but this is going to add some randomness to it when it's like, it's still like a normal pattern, but it's no longer linked to the beat of our project. And I also want to slightly stretch it out a little bit, so maybe a bit of reverb. The cloud generator, I think, yeah, this is granular stuff, what I'm looking for. I can give this a pitch input, see what that does. Just don't really know. Again, this is one of the modules that I've seen twice or 3 times, but I'm not that much into modular synthesis that I exactly know what's going on here. What it's doing. Let's play this and see if we can get an output from this. It should be giving an output, right? Okay, this doesn't really like... I don't know why it's doing that. Or is this just giving a... Yeah. Ah, wait. That obviously needs to be there then for our engine to change. For some reason I'm still not getting an output. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so now this was delivering something. But it's not coming out of here. Let's just remove the... Okay, so it's very low. Maybe if we give it a bit more sustain on the... This is the envelope, right? Yes. That's going as loud as it can be. Is it just a note value that's now different? I don't remember or know what we did to make it not output anymore. Wait, if I turn off the filter for now. That's strange. Oh, that's how I can set its starting point for the modulation. Okay. That's cool. It's already sounding better, but we'll add the delay back in just for some overall darkness in the middle. What if we LFO this? Add an LFO to the mix amount. This is pretty cool. I like also the semi-modular thing that we're doing here. It's just a lot of weird stuff happening, that like our sun loss of volume. I really don't know where that's coming from. I need to unloop this, otherwise it's going to go back and forth, which is not what we want. Yeah, we'll just have the delay going out there. Okay. So now if we add in our fade, we can set it to 0 and then we can really listen to what it sounds like, because this is too low of a volume to really judge properly, I would say. Yeah, it's minus 20 dB. We want maybe a little bit of a fading, because I don't like the beginning. It does sound a bit weird to me. But that might be this. I'm going to keep this like this. Let's make that orange and we'll record a similar version. Let's set this to 0 so we win some volume there. Of that, and then just see if this makes a big difference. Because I feel like it might do. Apart from 1 or 2 notes there, I do think I might like this pattern more as well. Okay, so same deal. We should have some more volume coming out of the channel itself now. Should be like 6 dBs louder, hopefully. No, 4. So this is... I have an idea. I think a pretty cool idea here. Going to take these. Oh, need another audio track here. Take these two. And we're going to auto pen them slowly against each other. So one is going left and the other is going right. And let's set this to 0.34, basically at random. I'm going to set the amount and then... Can I not set an offset here? That's strange. I remember being able to set an offset. Oh, that's only in Hertz mode. Or in this mode. Why is that? Hello, Mologify. How are you doing? I guess we can set a very slow mode like this. Let's set 3, because that's a little bit unconventional. I hope everything is still working. It seems like it is, but I got a pretty strange flash just now. So let's set this to 180, and it should do the opposite and give us this. Okay. Am I still here? I hope everything is okay. I had a real big flashing moment here. My display capture isn't working. Okay, it's back. It seems all still good. It looks a little bit strange. There's a bar around here. I don't know if you can see that or if it's just me, because I have something selected here. This is a pretty strange situation. I'm thinking it's pretty unstable. So the least thing I can do is deactivate my camera. Because I know that the camera sometimes makes things crash and stuff. So that's that's a thing that's problematic that can happen. So let's get back into this and just hope for the best. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work and I cannot stream today. Maybe my PC has a little bit of a moment. This is very unfortunate. This PC is 8 years old at this point, so I actually kind of need a new one. It's just that right now studying and stuff, I don't really have the funds to buy a new PC that's good enough for YouTube and stuff like that. Because you do need, it cannot be just like a simple laptop or something. It does need some power then, right? Like if I'm going to buy a PC, I want to do it well. So let's hope that this doesn't collapse on ourselves. Let's, for now, take this channel, because I think this is pretty CPU intensive. I'm going to quickly put that in the folder here that I have got, and then we can remove that from the project. It's just a single track. Okay, so now we can record this, hopefully without any problems. I don't know what this orange bar around my screen is. I don't know if you can see that. This is obviously now louder than you don't see it. Okay. Well, then it's something weird on my part, and I hope I can make it throughout the stream and then just remove that after the stream, or maybe if I restart my PC, then it will go away. So that's very much a me problem now. As long as the stream itself stays stable, I can handle this. Okay, I like this, the final. It's not so much difference, it just kind of blends them together, which is really cool. It did take us a long time to make, so it's a bit of an intense thing to do, but it is pretty cool. I need to turn that down so we have space. I can now also turn this off, because seeing as I have no camera, I can just use the whole space in its entirety. Okay. Now, I think this is different enough from this, right? It's the same idea, but you can definitely hear that it's a different patch, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. And I don't want to do them all like this, like long ones and stuff like that. So for now, let's try a different method, try something else. Also because we don't have the patch anymore, because we deleted it. But I do want to try something in the same ballpark, so maybe it's a cool idea to try to make something like that with Faceplant. So we will have maybe 4 different groups, and we'll assign modulations to each of them. I'm thinking of doing like maybe one wavetable and whatever, and then we'll make pads out of all of them and do some effecting and stuff like that. So the first thing we need to do is just generate some tones, and I'm tempted to do this slide thing here. We can even use LFOs to just slightly change that up. Like that maybe. If we do set it to bipolar and we set it like this, it looks like at 0 it's stopping too much there in the middle. But I guess we can deal with that. Okay, so this is our first group. Let's give it a little bit of attack and a long release like this. And then we'll just duplicate it over and set up a different sound. So I'm thinking maybe a cool wavetable. Let's go not too strange. We'll maybe use a tilted saw like this. And then we'll give this its own modulation. We don't even have to do the modulation with the macros. We can just set up everything here, I feel. Why is this not modulating anything? Or is it because it doesn't have an output? That's strange. Why isn't this working? Is it just not playing it? Ah, okay. So wavetable morphs only work in here. We can bulge it out a little bit like that. Guess what we could do? Make something like this. We'll go up till 3, and that at 1. And then here we'll go up to 8 from 7. So it kind of morphs maybe. Like this. And I'm going to duplicate that 4 times. Wait, we're going to set this very, very slow, maybe like 14. Let's go for 14. Did I make another one? No. I can set different phases here. We set 1 to 90, 1 to 180, and then this final one to -90. And you can see we basically have 4 little windows that we can use to output each and every one of them. This is going to go here to 50%, and this is going to go here to 50%, and gain at 0. Got to make these unipolar. What that needs to be done. Okay, so mess that up there. Okay. Set the final one to unipolar. We just need to make 2 more groups then. So just gonna set up some more modulations, maybe like these LFOs. We'll have these behind here so it's easier to keep track of. Let's just quickly add a wavetable in here, just a slight extra variation with this second LFO that we now have. I guess we could do like this. And then just give it an extra bit of tone. So instead of that, we just do this. Creates this cool, strange waveform here. I do like that. It's just always morphing. So we can turn that off, and we'll do the same thing here basically. Let's use a bit more of an aggressive waveform this time. Create the same kind of thing here with different wavetables. Just a little bit of wobble in there. Going to be directly modulated by both of them in the opposite direction, like this, and then this will do positive one. And this will do the negative one. And then we need to set up modulation here. So this is now modulated by the wrong one, right? Because it copies that modulation over. It doesn't copy over FM stuff, but it does copy over other modulations. Like this one, which is attached to the frame, right? So going to copy over the output so we have the same basic sound there. Let's do distorted low pass saw wave. I'm going to up the unison, very little detune and a lot of spread like this. And then this is going to go to the distortion. And this one needs to be set to this one here, right? So 50. Okay, I want to start playing a note so we can listen to it here. I think I want a bit of a shorter sound this time. So we'll drop it down like that and then this is where we can play with things like the filter, and I like this phase distortion as well. Maybe even a comb filter, like right here. Let's loop this so we can listen to that. Let's create a very slow LFO, like this, and then we set this to unipolar, and then to the this. A bit too long, actually. Let me just quickly save those automations to, or set the automations to the right spot. Right, like this. Just going to drag that one forward so we're not in the way of the other sample. And now we can I think almost record this. Maybe add some more distortion to it towards the end. Let's loop it like this, because that's kind of the length that we're gonna end up with. Add a little bit of distortion and bias towards the end. Something like that. I like how it opens up. It's random, so that's nice. Oh, wrong track. This one. You might need to do some work on the volume though, because I want it to ramp up a bit. Or it might just be loud on its own. Yeah, if we turn it down, it might fix it a little bit. Yeah, it does progress up nicely towards there, so that's cool. Then we don't have to do anything there. If there are any Ableton Live developers watching, all of those messages, it would be cool if there was a options in the .txt file, the options.txt file, like one of those hidden options where you can just not get any warnings. That would be nice, because a lot of this sample copying, I spend a lot of time worrying about or having to click away those warning label things. I highly doubt there's anyone watching. I have 4 viewers now from Ableton, but I think it would be a cool feature just to speed up the workflow, to not have those warnings, and maybe also even to, if you drag in something, to just drag in the WAV file. I don't know if there's a possibility to do it any faster than I'm doing now. I don't think there is, but it's a long. It takes away a lot of efficiency, having to do some of those actions, which I think for everyday use it's pretty cool that it's there, the warnings. But when you're doing specific stuff like this, it would be nice to turn them off. Let's just do a little bit of a simpler one here. Kind of want to do some cool filter movement things, maybe. Like this. Very quick up and downs. How long is this? Let's make it shorter, actually. And let's not go as high here. very nice. It morphs into a nice dark sound. It's a cool element to take your track into a different kind of vibe, from the very bright start to the very dark ending of it. It's pretty cool. It's nice that this is also like a little bit of a simpler patch, that we're done a bit quicker. Because as you can see from the title, I do want to do other things than just the atmospheric sound design. I do want to make some more. I want to ideally get to 38, 39, around that area. So I'll do just one more, and then I take a little break, and then we'll do a few more after the break. And then hopefully we can do some other stuff as well. One thing I haven't actually ever tried out is this wavetable thing here, and I'm just kind of exploring. This is, for me, very much a way to explore cool ideas for sound design, and just play with it a little bit more. So let's go for a medium-sized one now. Do a little bit of a high octave atmosphere to in this one. I guess these are the basic shapes. There's a lot more stuff in here. I'm going to play this and we'll randomly cycle through it. I do like the slow thing here, the slow modulation. And if I go LFO 1, I can go to oscillator 1 pitch warp, like this. Which is actually an effect on there. Can make it go like up like this and then around.